Okay, hi, we're at the Wheelbase Big Demo Weekend in the Lake District. This is the UK's largest MTB demo. We've got 120 bikes. We're just packing down at the minute for the day after a big day's riding, which is why there's a few background noise. But great day's riding, and I'm here with Andy from Trek Bikes, just off the expert ride.
Yeah.
Andy, been up Carbon.
Yeah, ace fun, really good fun. Lots of rocks, and we love rocks. So.
Yeah. So we're just running through the couple of key platforms from Trek. So Fuel EX this year comes now in two wheel sizes, so 29er and also 27.5. The same happens to Remedy as well. So Fuel EX is kind of one of the key bikes for the UK. So Andy's just going to run through a few key points on the Fuel EX.
Cool. So the Fuel EX is our 130mm travel platform. It's kind of our Swiss Army knife of bikes, really. So if you do a bit of XC or you do a bit of enduro or a bit of all mountain, and you're undecided what bike to go for, it's absolutely a Fuel EX.
Fuel all the way.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah.
I've ridden one for a long time, and it's just pick up, ride it, smile, put it back. Just an amazingly good bike.
Yeah. So there's some interesting stuff going on with the shock, isn't there? With
yes.
ABP.
So the big thing, we've done ABP since 2008, and that is the active braking pivot. So if you jam on the rear brake, the rear wheel doesn't lock up like it would do in a single pivot bike or that sort of thing. So it means constant traction, constant grip, you go faster. That's the most important thing.
Yeah.
The biggest development for this year is the reactive valve,
and
that's in our 9 up, so into our carbon bikes as well. It's quite techy, but basically it means the shock never gets caught up in itself. So when you hit something really hard, really fast, you don't get the big air cushion like you would with a normal standard air shock.
It reacts.
It reacts, yeah. It's a lot more technical than that.
Yeah.
I'm not that techie. Trust me, it works. I've got one on my own bike and I love it. It's perfect. It's an amazing bit of kit. Full floater is the thing that gives us our bottomless feel of travel, because as this goes down, this lock bottom part also follows it down. So the shock spends more time in the middle of the stroke, and that's where the shock's at its most active.
So the shock is not firmly fixed to the mainframe, it's floating.
It's constantly moving, and it's that constant movement that gives you more active travel, because it's in the middle of the stroke. The middle of the stroke is the best part of the shock.
Sure.
More grip, more control. You ride one, you'll notice it instantly.
And you run that technology throughout the range, do you?
Fuel EX, Remedy / Session at the moment. What happens in the future is down to my friends in Wisconsin, so that pans out.
And so with the frame sets between the 27.5 and 29er, does geometry change? Is there major changes between the two of them?
There's slight tweaks. Obviously there's things you have to do. There's longer chainstays in the 29er because the wheels are bigger. Longer front centre because the wheels are bigger. But we also tweak the fork. The fork's got an increased rake on it, 51mm rake on it, and that gives longer wheelbase for more stability, but it means you can shorten the top tube a little bit for more control to the slow stuff.
Sharp handling.
It was G2 geometry, and that's a Trek thing.
Okay, yeah. And how are you seeing the sales then in the UK between the 29er and the 27.5? What's going on?
650, as we call it, is gone mad.
Right.
Absolutely mad. It seems to be the magic wheel size for a lot of people. I think a lot of it is because people identify with 26 and they see the 650 as 26 and a little bit more. Whereas 29 was maybe too much of a leap of faith for some people. I'm a huge 29er advocate. I've been riding them for 10 years nearly, but there's definitely a place for 650.
So do you think you're going to keep the same two platforms? 29 is always going to be in the range?
Yeah. If you want to go flat out fast, point to point, it's a 29er. To have a bit of fun, hop and jump routes and rocks, 650.
Right.
It's as simple as that.